Good day everyone, my name is Nilaban and today I'll be showing you how to install Windows Server 2008 in a virtual machine environment. What we would need a download of the Sun Microsystem VirtualBox software, and we'll also need a copy of Windows Server 2008. Just go on, let's say, go on Oracle VirtualBox website and download the Windows version. If you install it on a Windows machine, download the Windows version, 32-bit, 64-bit. Just click the Windows installer and copy it to your machine and install it from your machine. Once you install your VirtualBox, you should get a screen, the VirtualBox screen. Now I've installed some virtual machines already, but I'll be showing you how to install Windows Server 2008. Okay, well, let's begin. First we need to set up a virtual machine for the Windows Server 2008. Click on New, choose, give it a name. Okay, and on the version you can click on choose your version. We'll choose 32-bit and just click next. Now memory size, leave it at 512. Remember that your computer should have at least minimum 4 gigs of RAM for best performance of in your virtual environment. Leave it at 512 default. Click next. Create virtual hard drive. Now and you click hard drive file type. Click next, leave it as your default. Also leave this as your default, your dynamic allocated. This way the hard drive would dynamically adjust its space. Now this is the hard drive file allocation and size. I like to adjust this for since Server 2008. Probably give it about 20 gigs of space on the hard drive and click create. Okay, as you can see on the left, we have created the Windows Server 2008 virtual machine. Now we want to install Windows 2008 into this virtual machine. Okay, make sure that you have your copy of your Windows Server 2008. I have a ISO version of that file here, Windows Server 2008. It's an ISO version. Okay, let's install Windows 2008 in the virtual machine. Let's double click on the power button and this will open your virtual screen. Okay, we need to choose where you have your ISO file. Click the folder. In this case, I have here. Okay, and click start. Now the operating system will begin to load in the virtual machine. As you can see, Windows is loaded here. Now this may take a while, so we gotta okay, here we go. Okay, at your first screen, click next. Install now. All this depends on the speed of your processor and the amount of memory you have. Okay, I'm gonna choose Enterprise Edition. You have a Standard Edition, Enterprise Edition, your Data Center Edition. We're going to choose the Enterprise, Windows Server 2008 Enterprise Edition. Click Next. Click Accept. Okay, at this point we're going to do a custom install, because at this point we need to partition the drive. We need, so that we can have a partition, the primary partition where your operating system is located, and the secondary partition where you can save your data. In order to do that, you need to go into drive options, click on new. Here you would see this total size of your unallocated space. What we want to do, we want to give the drive, I would say, I will give it 10 gigs on each partition. Again, this is a virtual environment. Obviously, if you're working with the enterprise server, you will have a lot more disk space, maybe in the terabytes, and you may partition 500 gigs, another 500 gigs, depending on how you want to partition your drive. But for this demonstration, I'm going to split the partition in two. Just click apply. And as you can see, your primary partition is about 9.8 gigs. Your secondary partition is about 11 gigs, which is good. Okay, now you want to format this partition. Highlight the partition, click format. If you format this, you lose data. Okay, just click OK. Now remember, this primary partition is where the operating system will be loaded, so you need to format that drive. We would format your secondary. We can format your secondary partition in Windows after it is loaded. So let's continue to load Windows Server 2008. Okay, at this point it will be copying the files, expanding the files, and installing new features and installing updates. So let's wait a while and let's see. What we're gonna do is I'll be fast forwarding the demo because of time. So you may see the screen slightly different, but it's just a matter to speed up time so that I can show you the complete installation faster. Okay, as we see, the installation is continued. At certain point it will restart the system. Okay, here we are. Okay, so now we need to set in a password. This is the administrator's password, so it must be a complicated password. Let's click OK here, and you put in your administrator password. It will be complicated. Remember to keep a note of it so you don't forget it. Okay. Now preparing your desktop. Okay. So this is your so now this is your Windows Server 2008. You can close the screen here. This is your manage screen. This is where you go to manage your let's check your my computer. Let's check your, here's your C drive. Now you notice you're not seeing your other drive. That is because it needs formatting to be seen. All you need to do is just right click my computer, manage, disk manager, then it takes a while to populate the screen. Okay, alright, well here we have your Windows Server 2008 installed. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, here we go, here we go. Alright, let me just show you how you partition this drive first. This is your C drive, this is your unallocated drive. Just right click the drive, click new volume, click next. Is your drive there. Assign the following letter, default, click next. Format the volume, NTFS, perform a quick format, click next, click finish. So what's going to happen, this drive will now be formatted, and if you go into my computer you'll see the drive here. So there's your partitioned drive. Okay, great. So this is how to install Windows Server 2008 in a virtual machine environment. Thank you for watching.